Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is about blazers and the best tops to wear under blazers. This was a requested video from one of my followers. Thank you so much, and I do hope that you find it helpful. These are my sort of requirements and what I look for in the pieces that I like to wear under blazers, but there are so many different options out there. I will link the ones that I'm talking about down below. So some of the things I like to keep in mind are the material, the thickness and durability and opaqueness of the material, the cut and silhouette, and also the armpit area, if that makes sense. Those are kind of my big requirements. So what I'm wearing right now is from Luxair, and they're a small business that I really love, and I have this in black and white. It is made out of EcoNail, a great sustainable, renewable material, but is also moisture wicking and kind of odor resistant. I love the short sleeves because it captures the sweat, so it stops the sweat from getting onto your blazers or pieces that might be a little bit more of an investment, which is why they created the company. One of the owners had a lot of beautiful vintage clothing, and so she wanted to have items that kept that in the best shape possible, especially because some vintage things are hard to wash. So that was why the company was born, and I really like these. They do have a higher neckline, so keep that in mind. They have a couple pieces that are not in the EcoNail fabric that are a scoop neck. I personally like a scoop or a crew or a turtleneck rather than a V-neck. I don't find that shape looks as nice under a blazer, but if they make these in a scoop neck in the EcoNail, I will 100% get them because they are so great. So I have this in black and white. And then the other thing that I have a ton of that I wear all the time are these tank tops. So this is the tank. I have 4 of these. This one is beige. I have white, black, and gray. And I wear these all the time. I also have red, but it has a matching kind of cardigan, and I tend to wear those together, but I do have the red as well. They are really nice and thick. You can't see your bra through them. You can see my hand moving, or you can see the shape every once in a while, but you can't actually see the coloring of it. And I find that they hit me in a really flattering spot. I wear them in videos all the time. You've seen them a ton. The thing to keep in mind is I tend to wear a regular bra, so I only wear these under blazers when I don't expect I'll be taking it off because the strap doesn't work for that, whereas something like this does. The biggest difference for me is the breathability in the armpit area. If I know it's going to be warm and I'm not worried about sweating onto the blazer itself, then these can be really, really nice. They also tuck in beautifully. Both of these do. But these are from Anne Fontaine. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, I have a bunch of these. They're called the Cynthia tank, I think, but I will link that down below. The way that this hits the armpit is really nice. So if you're not trying to collect the sweat in your shirt itself, then these are a really great alternative, and I do really like the way that the scoop neck hits. The other kind of tank that I think works really well is a silk tank. It just adds a little something to it. The silkiness is just a little more like sumptuous, if that makes sense. This is a really old one from Diane von Furstenberg, but it has a nice like luster to it, and that's a good one to add. These are bodysuits. If you want something to be really tucked in, these work really well. I really highly suggest Wolford bodysuits. I think they're the best. This one does, you can't really see it, but it does have a little bit of pink that has come through from some blazers from sweat. So, you know, the white is more likely to show wear in that way. And then this one from Anne Fontaine, I don't know that they make this style anymore. I love the ruffles. It adds a little something. If you want something under your blazer that has a little personality, something like this can be nice. And then this one is a little smaller in the shoulder than I'd like, but I could wear this. My bra is covered. You know, I could take off my blazer if I needed to. So that makes a bodysuit helpful if it is something that, you know, you can de-layer if need be. Okay, so if you do want to have a little bit more personality, I highly suggest getting a shell. A shell is basically just a sleeveless top like this. It's not exactly a tank top. It's really meant to go under a shirt. This one has a necktie, a pussy bow, which I think is a really nice feminine detail. I could absolutely wear either of these without a blazer. This one, the shoulder strap's a little thinner, but they also look great under one and add a little bit of personality. This is a silk that's really nice. And actually, they're both silk. This is a bit more of a sheer silk, and this is a thicker kind of stretch silk. But either of these are great. This one is from Tucker. They are a silk company, so I think they make quite a bit. This is Vintage St. John, so I won't be able to link this one, unfortunately. But a stretch silk would work. And then this one I've had for so many years. I bought this at a like Salvation Army 10 years ago, and I'm still wearing it. I really like the knot sort of detail on the neckline. I think that's a very pretty detail, but it's subtle and it doesn't take away from the blazer. And then the width of the shoulder is really nice, and of course the color is a fun pop. And then the last one in this that I want to show you, the last sleeveless option I think that I want to show you, is this one from Mercer. I believe they call this the Elizabeth top. This is really nice. It's a nice thick material, but it's very breathable. I mean, they all are. This one I find you can wear casually. You can wear it very easily tucked into things. And it has this little button on the back, which can be annoying when you're trying to put things on yourself, but it allows you to take it on and off without messing up your makeup, which is a really wonderful element. Nora Gardner has this like short sleeve mock neck top that I've looked at getting that has a zipper in the back, specifically so you can get it easily on and off with your makeup. And that's something, I definitely might get at some point. And then this has a little fuzz on it. I don't know if you can see this because it's in black, but it has a little bit of tailoring detail right here, which just helps to keep it flattering against the body. So another one I would recommend. You can of course wear a t-shirt under a blazer for a more casual look. I'm really thinking more work at this point and a little bit less even business casual. If you wear a plain, more like tight fitting t-shirt, that you can absolutely wear for a business casual work look, but I'm thinking like a band tee or something like that, or a distressed tee. Really keeps it of a more casual blazer vibe. And then to go like completely opposite of that, if you wear something like a turtleneck or a mock neck, I do suggest having something that's a little bit more figure flattering. You don't want it to be bunching up, especially because there's already a lot of fabric going on. So having something that's a little closer to the body helps with that, so you don't look kind of like a priest, where you don't want to be too covered up with the blazer. It can just add too much. It makes your look heavy, as opposed to kind of classic and flattering. So it is possible to wear a turtleneck, but it needs to be done well. I do, though, sometimes find like a knit, like a thick roll neck knit sweater can be very pretty under a blazer, but I personally get really hot in that very quickly, so it's not something I tend to do. This is an example of a top that I'm getting rid of that doesn't work very well under a blazer. I thought it would be a beautiful shell. It is this like very light peach color. It's this silk. It's from Everlane. The problems with this is it's a bit too sheer, so you could even see a nude bra through it more than I liked. It wrinkled very easily, which meant that I was always kind of fidgeting with it. And then if I tried to like pull it out a little bit to be more flattering as I was tucked in, it just looked like a wrinkled mess. It wasn't a great silk. It wasn't like a stretch silk. It wasn't like a thicker silk. It really showed everything. And then the armpit was a little bit too high. And so you probably can't see, but maybe it very easily, I've only worn this a couple times, and it very easily got sweat stains and they kind of stayed there. So not something I would recommend. If you do want something kind of like Luxair, but in like a cotton, I think that's what Numi, I want to say, is the name of the brand. I know there's a brand that makes specific undershirts for like sweating. I haven't tried those. I've been really happy with my Luxair pieces, but I do know a lot of people like those. So this across the board just didn't work for me. I do need it to be easy and flattering and more durable, I guess, when I wear something under a blazer. And the last thing I want to talk about is a button down. I find that button downs are difficult under blazers. For men, when they're wearing a button down and they have a tie and then they have like collar stays and then their blazer goes on top, it works. It works in like a suit. I don't think that's as flattering for women. I like to show my clavicle, so I like to have a button down open, and unless it's super starched, it's just gonna kind of wrinkle throughout the day. If you put it under, it looks kind of funny. If you put it over top the blazer, the collar over top the blazer, it never stays right. I just don't really ever find that that works as well, and I personally like something a lot more breathable. So although I will every once in a while do that, I never am as happy with my look, and it never feels as carefree and as comfortable, and especially as like feminine and flattering as one of these kind of pieces. So yeah, keep that in mind, and I hope that that's helpful for you. I hope that the video in general was helpful. Please do let me know your favorite things to wear under blazers, and if you have any questions down below. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in a future video. Bye.